And YouTube strategist, and I am coming in today. Again, I think I told you guys yesterday that I'm on a YouTube kick this week because I am promoting my Embrace YouTube workshop. So I just wanted to talk to you guys every day this week in reference to YouTube and just how to improve your YouTube channel as well as the content that's on your YouTube channel. So if you are watching me on the replay, please share this out to your friends and your colleagues that you think might be interested in really trying to understand exactly how YouTube can benefit their business. And if you have anybody that you think might be interested in learning exactly how to improve their YouTube channel, thank you if you are coming in live. Hey, Michael, how are you? It's been a long time. Hey Janine, how are you? I responded to your message, so I hope you were able to hear it. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to start off your YouTube videos. So a lot of us are using YouTube for our business. I'm actually just trying to see if I am up in my other groups, because when I go live on my home page or my personal page, I go live on my group as well as on my business page. So, oh, excellent. Thanks, Janine. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to start off your videos. So the main thing that you need to know, I'm going to talk about 3 specific things that I want you guys to keep in mind when you're doing your YouTube videos. The main thing that you want to make sure is that when you're doing your videos, you want to start off in a way that's going to grab your audience's attention. And you don't want to start off really boring or mundane. And the last thing that you want to do is really start off with just your branding, just showing your logo. And some people do a logo bumper, which is a little bit longer than an indent. It can be maybe 6, 7, 8 seconds long. And that's valuable time that you could be losing your audience. So you don't ever want to start off your video that way. You have to bear in mind, the reason why the person's looking at your video is because the title of your video grabbed them, and most likely the thumbnail. Hey, Varoma. And so you want to make sure that you're going to continue that, where if their attention is grabbed because of the fact that they saw your title and they saw your thumbnail, then you need to now immediately tell them what your video is going to be about. So what you can do with the intro is you can do something really flashy. Some people do something comical. If you're familiar with Marie Forleo, and I tend to reference her a lot in the stuff that I'm talking about, she always starts off hers with some quirky. She might be singing a song, she might be joking with her staff, or she might be doing something like that. James Wedmore is another one who always will start off his videos doing something that will make you want to sit there and say, okay, what is this video going to be about? And so that can either be something comical. I'm not really somebody that's funny, so my videos don't tend to start off with anything comical or me making fun of myself. So what I usually start off with is just telling you exactly what the heck my video is going to be about. So I'll say this video is about optimization or programming or, whatever the topic is. And it can be something like that. It can be text-based, it can be visual. You can do something flashy with visual effects if you want, if you're that conscious of, being able to do that kind of stuff. Or you can just be very simple and to the point and just let them know in the first few seconds exactly what this video is going to be about. Hey, Kaz. Hey, Catherine. So that's how you want to really start off your videos. You want to make sure that you're grabbing their attention so that they can say, okay, I want to see what's going on. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're telling them what the video is going to be about. What are you going to do in that video? What problem are you solving? What content are you going to be able to provide to them? Because again, you want to use this as an opportunity for you to not lose the attention of your audience. So if you come on and you just start talking about anything random that doesn't really have anything to do with what lured them there in the first place, which again was your title and your thumbnail, you're going to lose your audience within the first few seconds. And these are valuable moments. So you don't want to lose this. You really want to be able to tell them exactly what your channel is going to be about. Now, the third thing is when it comes to branding. You do want to brand your videos because everything with YouTube is about making sure that the person that's seeing your content actually knows who the heck you are. So you want to have some sort of a branding, whether it's your logo or your tag or whatever it is, that will make the person that's seeing the video get, okay, this is, and whatever the name of your company is or the type of business that you have. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go crazy with it and have a very lengthy branding intro. So typically the way that your first few seconds of your video is going to look is maybe the first anywhere from 2 to 6 seconds is a teaser about what your video is going to be about. And that can be couched in that grabbing your attention topic that I talked about, which is the first thing that I want you guys to do, and then obviously letting them know what the video is about. And so if you're able to get that done, say in the first 8 to 10 seconds, then you can cut away from there and you can say, okay, so this video is going to be about whatever, and then stay tuned. And then they can go to a 3 to 5 second bumper where you're just showing, the name of your company or the name of your YouTube channel with your tag. Maybe it might have some music, maybe it has some clips of you or what have you. And then you immediately come back to the video and you then recap, this is what this video is going to be about, and then you go into the content of your video. So the very, very beginning of your video, like I mentioned, is really important for you to make sure that you don't lose your audience, because throughout your video, hey Juanita, throughout your video, depending on the length of the video and the content and how you're presenting that content, there is a possibility for you to lose your audience, and you don't want to do that at the very beginning. And what you want to do is really keep their attention throughout the entire video. That's why yesterday I was telling you that shorter is better, because unfortunately our attention span is very, very short. So unless you're giving someone a very detailed tutorial where they need to look at it step by step and it can go longer than 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to be really hard for you to maintain their attention. So in the very beginning, you definitely want to make sure that you're not going to lose their attention whatsoever. So just make sure, and I'll recap for those of you who have come on since I started talking about this. I was talking about 3 things in particular that you want to make sure that you're doing when you start off your videos on YouTube. First, you want to make sure that you're grabbing the audience's attention, and you can do this in a wide variety of different ways. You can do it with some sort of flashy, like visual effects type opening. You can be comedic or funny and just try to grab their attention by your sense of humor. You can do this by being serious or to the point and just saying this video is about solving this particular serious problem. You can use text and music. You can use a wide variety of different things to grab their attention. But the goal is to make sure that whoever it is, hey TA, whoever it is that has come onto your video, they've come onto your video because they get that what the content is something that they're interested, because they saw the title, they saw your thumbnail, and now the next step is for you to grab them and say, hey, you need to stick around to see the rest of this video. Then the next thing you want to get into is really explaining to them exactly what they're going to get out of watching this video. In some instances, you can even tell them, the video is only going to be 2 minutes long or whatever the length is, but this is what you're going to learn. So stick around if you want to learn, fill in the blank. And then the last thing that I spoke about was just really the branding aspect. And there sometimes can be a pro and a con to that. There are some people that will say you don't need to brand it because your channel obviously is going to be branded. You can put a logo in the lower right hand corner of your video as well. So it's not necessarily mandatory that you put branding, because content always trumps branding. at the end of the day. Always remember that. So if you do a video that doesn't have a logo or doesn't have any kind of an intro, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's you know, they'll survive. They'll still know exactly who you are. So, but if you are going to use it, make sure that you use the branding after you've already grabbed their attention and you've told them what the video is going to be about. And you make sure that your branding is not really lengthy. You want to make it what's called a logo indent is ideal, as opposed to a logo intro, which is going to be a little bit longer. And that's just to identify who you are, and boom, you're back to the content. And so then you then come back in and you immediately start telling them exactly what it is that they need to do, because the content of your videos are more often than not going to be videos where you're going to help them solve a problem. So you want to really get to the crux of whatever their problem is so that you can help them solve that problem. Okay, so I don't know if anybody has any questions. Again, if you're seeing this on replay, feel free to post your questions below. Let me know that you're a replay viewer and post your questions below. I'll be coming back in and answering any questions. If anybody that's on live has any questions, feel free to post them. But like I mentioned at the top of this video, I am really on a kick for YouTube, mainly because there aren't enough people that are really using and utilizing YouTube to its fullest. And a lot of you have said, oh, I'm going to get around to it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and you just keep putting it on your to-do list and you never actually get around to it. So what I've decided is I've decided to put together a YouTube workshop, and it's called Embrace YouTube, and it's going to start on, hey Susan, sorry. And it's going to start on, hey Denise, hey cuz. It's going to start on July 31st, and it's going to run for 4 weeks. And basically what you're going to be able to, hey Allison, and basically what you're going to be able to do out of this, I'm currently I'll come back to that. And what you're going to be able to do with this workshop is, if you have not gotten your channel up and running yet, or if you have and you're just not getting the kind of views, and you know you've got videos on there but people aren't really seeing them, you're not getting subscribers, I can help you try to figure out what is it that you're doing wrong. Because maybe it's that your channel isn't optimized, maybe it's that you're not posting the right videos, maybe you need to be on a schedule based on your niche and the audience that you're trying to attract, maybe you're not doing the things off of YouTube that you need to do in order for you to get the kind of reactions that you need to get and engagement that you need to get on YouTube. So there could be a myriad of different reasons. I won't know until I actually meet with you and talk to you, but I want to help people who have been procrastinating, who've been saying that they want to do this, because YouTube really is a vital tool. YouTube is so mandatory because it is the one way for you to get seen without you doing a whole lot of work. I mean, really understand exactly the power of that YouTube has. You can create a video as long as you know that that video is something that your ideal audience is interested in learning about, that wants to get information on. If you have that video and it's optimized properly, if they're searching for it on Google, your video could come up in the search results as a solution to their problem. And what are they going to do if they see a text response versus a video response? The vast majority of us are visual learners. I know I am looking at a video before I read anybody's text in order to learn how to do something. So you really need to keep that in mind. And so if that is the case, you are going to get found. It is a no-brainer for you to use YouTube videos or videos for your YouTube channel. So like I mentioned, my Embrace YouTube workshop begins on the 31st of July. You can learn more by going to www.virtuallyinsync.com, and I'll put it in the description because it just dawned on me I didn't put it in there. It's www.virtuallyinsync.com/workshop. Actually, I will put it here if I can. So let's, and if you have any questions, again, feel free. Janine, I'm coming back to you. virtuallyinsync.com/, I need to learn how to spell, workshop. And you can sign up and get more on there. So now let me look and see what your question was. Yes, I know you're doing a lot of YouTube lives, Janine. I am impressed because that is something that I have not done a lot of. I will tend to go on Facebook Live more often than I do YouTube Live. Any tips on strategies? As long as you're promoting, I mean, basically it's really about the way that you need to get attention onto YouTube is to let people know that you're using it. So make sure that your list knows if you're going to do, and I know you are totally into having schedules. So as long as you are constantly promoting the fact that you have a schedule time that you're going on to YouTube, that definitely, that definitely is key. And again, making sure that whatever the content is of your live streams, making sure that you are optimizing your videos. So whatever the content is that you're creating for your audience, as long as that is a topic that your ideal audience is like clamoring and desperate to know, you optimize your content, they will find you. Now, with every kind of live stream, yes, it's great if we can get a boatload of people on live, but your videos still do live on beyond them seeing it live. They're still going to be able to see it after you've gone live. So you kind of have to think in that perspective as well, because, you know, it's okay. Well, yeah, you could get a lot of people live, but then if after that you're not getting anybody, then what's the point? So you really want to make sure that you are optimizing your videos, and that is the key. I mean, I probably can't stress optimization more, because that is the key in order for you to get discovered. And as long as, you know, what goes hand in hand with optimization is just making sure that the content is what your audience wants to see. It can't be what you personally think would be so cool if your audience knew about this. It needs to be that there is a need for it, because if there's a need for it, people are going to be searching for it. And if people are going to be searching for it, they're going to find you. So if you marry the need for this with what you're doing, and then you optimize it so that you are using the keywords that your ideal audience is using to find that content, it's a win-win. So I hope that oh, good, you agree. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. How do I find out the need? That is basically, you can find out a number of ways. You probably know already, because if you're in as good contact as you seem to be with your audience, they're telling you. So I'll ask, you know, you can do surveys, you can really ask questions so that you can get the most out of what it is that your audience needs. There's also ways for you to search. There's a whole bunch of different products out there and tools that you can use to see what people are searching online. What are the most asked questions about whatever your set keywords? Because all of us as online or just as entrepreneurs have set keywords that are specific to our niche. So whatever those keywords are, you can search and find out what are the questions that are being asked about that. And I would think that you're being asked a lot of questions directly all the time. So make sure that you're keeping track of those questions, even the ones that don't seem like, they might seem maybe a no-brainer to you, or they might seem like, oh, well, yeah, a lot of people tend to ask this, but I've answered it a bunch of different times. That's still content that could potentially spawn into other types of content that you can create. Maybe you can elaborate. Like what I'm doing this week is I'm actually taking content that I've produced already in the form of videos, and I'm breaking it down. You know, I had a video that I just did 5 tips on, and every day this week, I'm going to do a video on just one of those tips. I'm just going to go a little bit deeper. So I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just taking existing content that I already know that people need to know, and I'm just elaborating on it a little bit more. So it's sometimes, I think, if you're too close to it, because this used to happen to me too, that you don't even think that that's a topic or a piece of content that your audience might be interested in learning about. But some of the easiest ways is simply to survey your audience. Just ask them, you know, what's their most difficult thing about live streaming, because you're the live streaming queen, and I'm sure that there's like a ton of questions that people are having in regards to just even getting started. What are the tools that they need? And you can talk about all of those things, which I'm sure you already do. It's just really a matter of making sure that the content that you're creating is being optimized in the way that your ideal audience is asking that question. And that's where you need to then be more in tune with them and find out exactly what it is that they need. So good. I'm glad that you thought that was great. So if anybody else has any questions, oh, good. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. So again, if anybody has any questions, even if you're seeing this on the replay, feel free to post your questions below. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't have my list in front of me to tell you what my topic's going to be tomorrow, but just know it's going to be on YouTube. And I will be back at the same time at 4:30 Eastern time here in New York. And I'll hope to, oh, excellent. Thank you for sharing, Janine. So yes, if you guys feel that this content is helpful to you and it's helpful to your audience and to your colleagues, feel free to share it so that they can be a part of this and learn exactly what they need to do in order to improve their YouTube channel. I would totally appreciate that. And please make sure that you turn on your notifications so that when I go live, I don't go live every single day normally. This is a special week for me that I'm going to be going live every day. So excellent, Janine. Thank you so much. So I appreciate everybody for being on, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 4:30, and we will be talking some more about YouTube. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. And I don't want to miss your bye. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you, Janine. Coming from you, that's impressive. So thank you so much. So anyway, so I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, thanks, Cuz. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate it. Bye.